from Russell, thoughts on Michael Cole apologizing for what they were about to show us when you had that broken match versus Bray?
It was annoying. It was very aggravating and frustrating, and I knew that came from Vince. That was absolutely a Vince line fed in, where he was just trying to like cover his ass in case there was a lot of backlash from it or whatever. But it's one of those things where I knew once they kind of suggested that to the audience, they were trying to cover their ass in case it's something that didn't seem like it was up to WWE standards, I guess. But it also kind of put us behind the eight ball right from the jump in doing it. So I thought it was very counterproductive. I think it would have been better if they wanted to make that kind of comment, just say it the week after, if there was repercussion or backlash or whatever. I felt like give us the fairest opportunity to go out and do our thing and let it be as greatly received as it can possibly be. I felt like it was just very counterproductive.
Why do you think Vince was so apprehensive?
Because it wasn't a Vince thing. It wasn't a Vince creation. And I had gotten it over so much that it almost had to happen. And, I had pushed for it and Bray had pushed for it. And like, whenever they heard we were going to be at the Hardy compound, the people went nuts. But because it wasn't a Vince creation, much like a WCW, it's not something that he was going to probably fully get behind.
So would you say they almost doomed it from the start?
I wouldn't go as far as say doomed it from the start, but I would say it was counterproductive. I just for the people that actually knew what we were doing, they were like, "Oh, come on, man, you shouldn't have done that." And for like newer fans, they're like, "Huh, why are they saying that? Is this not going to be good?" And it probably set a really weird vibe for a lot of people that were just tuning in and watching what this was that hadn't seen it, on the TNA level, that this was new to this cinematic style match from the Hardy compound. So I felt like it was counterproductive because once again, we're doing it the WWE. It's a concept that we got over at TNA, but now it's a WWE thing. It's like WWE, it's still a WWE thing, even though it's not Vince's creation. It's a WWE thing. We're trying to push it and promote it with WWE. So like, why be counterproductive if it is something you own? Like I would have made WCW seem as great as it could possibly be because now you own WCW and like that makes the rivalry even better as opposed to trying to minimize it. But I think that's just like a Vince quality and a Vince ego thing. It wasn't his creation. So he is not going to invest as much in it as he would something that is truly his, that he feels like he can bet the farm on.
That to be a bummer too, because I know you and Bray were both pretty proud of that match.
Yeah. I mean, it was. It just, I mean, like doomed is too strong of a word. I would just say it was counterproductive.